Hey everyone, welcome to our comprehensive guide on 32 essential golf rules terms that every player should know. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started in the game, understanding these terms is key to mastering the sport. Let's dive in and explore these important rules that govern the world of golf. Integral object. These are man-made objects that are intentionally incorporated into the golf course design, adding to the challenge, unlike things you can't move and get relief from. If your ball ends up there, you're faced with a choice. Either hit it from there as it is or take a penalty drop. Be sure to consult the scorecard to see if any roads are categorized as integral objects. Outside influence. It refers to anything other than the player, caddy, or opponents that affects your ball's fate. A mischievous dog grabbing your ball, for instance. In such cases, you're allowed to put the ball back where it was before the interference occurred. 3-minute search. When you're on a quest to find your lost ball, you've got 3 minutes to search. That clock starts ticking as soon as you, or your caddy, reaches the area where you believe the ball to be. After 3 minutes, it's decision time. Play again or switch to your provisional ball. Disqualification. The most severe punishment in golf rules is reserved for only a few extremely serious violations. For instance, if you accidentally write down a lower score than what you actually scored on a single hole, you could face this harsh penalty. A famous case involves Mark Rowe, who, in the 2003 Open, was disqualified due to a mix-up with his scorecard. Fortunately, new procedures have been implemented since then to avoid such incidents from happening again. Boundary object. They define the course's limits and they can be unforgiving. Walls, fences, stakes, or railings. If your ball is affected by them, you must either play it as it lies or take a penalty. Temporary water. This is exactly what it sounds like. Water that shouldn't be there temporarily. It could be puddles after rain or even an irrigation mishap. But remember, you can't stomp around trying to create it. Point of maximum available relief. It is crucial when dealing with abnormal course conditions. If you can't get complete relief, like in a bunker, you aim for the best spot possible, where you're safe from the condition, but might still have wet feet. Drop zone. A drop zone is a specific spot on the course where you might need to place your ball when dealing with an abnormal course condition or taking relief from a penalty area. These zones are typically set up in situations or places where it's not practical or possible to follow the usual rules. Make sure to find out if using a drop zone is a must or simply an extra choice for you to consider. Lost. In golf, a ball is only considered lost when you can't find it within the 3-minute search period. Even if you declare it lost, if someone finds it within those 3 minutes, you're not off the hook. Marker. In stroke play golf, your marker is the person responsible for recording your score on the scorecard. They ensure accuracy and sign off at the end of the round, but remember, it can't be your playing partner in team events. Hold. When is a ball considered hold? The entire ball must be below the surface of the putting green. But there's a special case now. If the ball is resting against the flagstick, any part of it below the surface counts. Club length. The term club length now specifically refers to the longest club you're carrying, excluding your putter. It's to prevent long putter users from gaining an advantage. Embedded ball. It is when your ball is partially below the ground. You're entitled to free relief in the general area, and it doesn't have to be touching soil. Wrong green. Golf courses usually have 9 or 18 greens along with a putting green. But here's the deal. The putting green is the one you're using for your current hole. Any other greens are considered wrong greens, even if there's a temporary green in play. If your ball ends up on a wrong green, you can take free relief, and you must do it, even if you could technically put back to your current putting green. Known or virtually certain. This is the yardstick for deciding what has happened to your ball, like if it landed in a penalty area or why it moved. Known means there's solid evidence, such as you or others seeing it happen or hearing a splash when your ball landed. Virtually certain means there's a very high 95% likelihood that the event happened based on the evidence and information available. Relief area. The relief area is where you drop your ball when taking relief from abnormal course conditions. It's usually 1 or 2 club lengths not closer to the hole, depending on the rule you're following. Teeing area. Don't mix up the tee with the teeing area. The latter is a specific rectangle defined by the tee markers used for the hole you're playing. Ground under repair. This is where you're entitled to free relief due to poor conditions or recent maintenance. It might not always be marked, so watch out for it. Out of bounds. This is the area beyond the course boundary. You can't play from there. It's often defined by white lines or stakes, and you might find yourself standing out of bounds to play your ball in bounds. Putting green. The putting green is a finely prepared area for putting. It's one of the 5 defined areas on the course, and it's the green you're currently playing. Unplayable ball. This is about your options under the rules, not just the ball's physical playability. You can choose to go back, drop within 2 club lengths, or go back on a line for a penalty. General area. The general area includes most of the course, excluding the teeing area, putting green, bunkers, and penalty areas. It's where you'll find fairways, roughs, woodlands, and more. Abnormal course condition. When you encounter things like animal holes, ground under repair, immovable obstructions, or temporary water, you're dealing with an abnormal course condition. You can get free relief when they interfere. General penalty. If you breach the rules but not seriously enough for disqualification, you might face a general penalty. It's the middle ground with 2 strokes in stroke play and loss of a hole in match play. Movable obstruction. This can be anything that can be moved without much effort. The rules handle them differently, so check out Rules 15 and 16. Stroke and distance. This is the procedure and penalty for taking relief in specific situations. It's a tough one because you'll lose a stroke and have to go back to where you last played. Yellow penalty area. A yellow penalty area is any water, marked or unmarked. You have 2 relief options, stroke and distance or dropping back on a line. Immovable obstruction. These are objects that can't be moved easily without causing damage. You get free relief under Rule 16 when they interfere. Red penalty area. Similar to the yellow penalty area, a red penalty area includes any water. You have 3 relief options for 1 stroke. Stroke and distance, drop back on a line or within 2 club lengths. Loose impediment. These are things like stones, leaves, worms, and insects. You can remove them anywhere on the course, but be careful not to move your ball in the process. Provisional ball. This is safety net. If you fear your ball is out of bounds or lost, declare and play a provisional ball to save time and strokes. Nearest point of complete relief. When you need relief under specific rules, your goal is to locate the nearest spot where an obstacle, like a cart path, no longer affects your lie or stance. You must ensure both your feet and ball are free from the obstacle. Keep in mind you're only escaping that particular problem, even if it means dropping your ball in challenging places like thick, rough bushes or behind a tree. These 32 golf rules terms are the keys to understanding the intricate world of golf. Whether you're navigating bunkers, avoiding hazards, or ensuring fair play, mastering these terms is your ticket to success on the course. So next time you step onto the golf course, remember these rules. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Happy golfing!